Welcome to Tutin, a town in the southwestern part of Serbia with around 11,000 people. It was first mentioned in 1868 as a settlement with 7 houses. In 1920, that number increased, the place began to grow and took on its present form. It is believed that it got its name when the great army of Hussein Beg passed through here, and the people were amazed by its size and the rumble it caused. So the place where the army rested was named Tutin. Here we are crossing the bridge. You can go down here, but this path hasn't been completely cleared. It has grown in there. On the other side is the road. There is a beautiful view of the town up there from that hill. I'm not sure if we'll climb later, we'll see. But now let's walk over here and see what's around. The town is quite compact. In this narrowest part of the town, there are many buildings on all 4 sides. New buildings are being built all around. And on the outskirts, there are residential houses. There is a stork. In this part of Serbia, in Sjenica, Pešter, and even here in Tutin, there is a lot of storks. I have never seen so many storks in my life as I saw here. And here is the part where that path should continue. As we can see here, many of these places are closed. And it would be nice if it was a little different, so we could walk through there and enjoy the river. But okay. While walking around, I found this Đurđevica izvor which has been operating since 1966, so I decided to try their cevapi. I have 8 cevapi. They are partially tasteless with a sweet note. On the other hand, they are juicy and soft. So for the first try, it's a passing grade. Now let's go. My impressions are kind of mixed. On the one hand, there is a lot of construction and there are a lot of buildings, and on the other hand, a lot of places are closed and abandoned. By the way, there are a lot of children here. This is the town with the youngest average population in Serbia. And here behind me is the Vuk Karadžić Elementary School. Since the population is divided by religion, you can often see girls and women dressed in their traditional costumes. This is a common occurrence in this part of Serbia, at least where we were. We saw something like this in Zlatibor, in Sjenica, in Priboj, and now it's the same here in Tutin. Considering that it's a younger town, there aren't that many sites that we could visit. That's why I'm taking you to a wonderful viewpoint and after that to an interesting monastery. As you saw, we started driving up the road to the viewpoint Ribariće, which can be reached from 2 sides. At least I think so. One way is from here all the way down and the other way is circular, all the way from the top on the other side. And here is also the Via Ferrata Đurđevica, and as far as I have seen these signs, it is reached by this road. And now I'm not sure if we'll get to the viewpoint. Maybe we'll have to go back around to the other side, but we'll try. And here is that beautiful view. We are still not at the viewpoint, it's even higher, but here the road starts to wind and descend. So here is the situation. Below, from the main road where we turned uphill, you can go to the Via Ferrata. Now we went by car, and after a while, when we drove up where I showed the view, technically I entered the someone's property. The owner told me that he doesn't allow people to pass there and that this is not a road. So the main road is actually here on the other side, which means that after you enter the town itself, you'll have this asphalt. Follow it until you come to this point, and from here go straight up the hill to the broadcast tower. There, turn sharp right and continue to the viewpoint. But if you don't want to, you don't have, because the view is also very nice from this location here. The road is not bad, it's good. It is not narrow. Now I don't know what is like when it rains, but considering that it's dry now, it's quite okay. It's not really for an extremely low car, but it can be passed by a slightly higher one. We had to stop, because the car temperature went all the way into the red. The climb was a bit longer, but everything seems to be fine, as the temperature has already started to drop. We managed to get out. And now, from this side, we can already see a beautiful view. Now, I'm not quite sure if the viewpoint is on this side or that side. It's not marked. Google Maps doesn't really give me any useful cues. So we'll have to walk a bit to find it. It looks like the viewpoint is there. But as you can see, it's fenced off here, so we can't go through. It looks like another private property. So we'll have to go to try the other side. And here we are. We can't go further by car, so we'll walk. And it seems that we'll find the viewpoint. Maybe we could have taken a car here, but it doesn't matter. What's wrong with taking a little walk? Quad can pass for sure, but it's not that far. We are about 500 meters from the car, and here in front of me, benches, a table, and a swing. And finally, let's see. It was worth it. The view is really beautiful. It's very nice. Swinging and enjoying the view. The only thing is that it needs to be marked a little bit better. Otherwise, it's really nice. I enjoyed it for a while, and now let's find the monastery. The rain has followed us all the way to the monastery, but still we managed to find it. This is the Crna Reka Monastery, which is located in the rock above the Crna River, which gave it its name. It was mentioned for the first time in 1601, when the iconostasis was made, but it is not known when the monastery was actually built. Some believe it was in the 13th, 14th or even in the 15th century. The monastery itself is located in this beautiful environment, surrounded by peaks and this forest, completely hidden. It is said to have been hidden for around 700 years, so it wasn't popular, people didn't know about it, only the locals knew. Recently, a bridge was built that allowed tourists and believers from other parts of the world to come and visit this monastery. The monastery is situated in the rock itself. It is relatively small and narrow. There is a lower part and an upper part. It also contains the relics of Saint Peter Koriški and a small spring, I mean a place where water drips drop by drop. All in all, the monastery is very interesting. It contains very beautiful frescoes in solid condition for the period from which they date. Certainly, if nothing else, you should come here at least for this ambience, because here you can really feel some peace and tranquility. On the way to the monastery we also passed this power plant, which is said to be over 100 years old. The water is supposed to come through this pipe all the way down the hill and then turn the turbines inside. The door is open. It used to be in operation. Today, it looks like this. Here we have this big turbine that once was powered by water and produced electricity. It is relatively unsafe. We can see that the beams and ceiling have fallen off, so I wouldn't really want to stay there. Here is an idea. Maybe one day someone could turn all this into a small museum, so that everyone going to the monastery can also stop by and see what the 100-year-old power plant looks like. This behind me is Lake Gazivode. It was created in 1977 by damming Ibar River and its area is 11.9 square kilometers. Here at the edge of the town we are wrapping up our story about Tutin. If you enjoyed it, subscribe and join me on the next journey to some new destinations.